G'day, today we're going to have another play of My Oxygen Not Included. Now the very first thing I need to address here is, I was going to say my plants. I thought they were all down a second ago, but I mean they usually are when I start, and I was saying because of atmosphere. But I was thinking, oh, I know I've killed them because I've got no oxygen, I've got the high pressure pumping through, but no, they seem okay. So I am going to get rid of the high pressure, but it's so weird playing this game on normal speed and not 2 speed, seeing that's the pace it goes at in real life. That's crazy. um, I do want to get rid of them, but at the moment their function is to allow my hydrogen generators to keep generating. Basically, that's the job. Um, as soon as we've got, say, this guy up and running, I'll reduce them back down, which means that they'll turn off probably for a long time. But I guess that's what we've got to do. I mean, potentially what I could do is try and build out to put some more of this inside the base so that and it would just be trying to suck all that air out. I guess airlock it off, vacuum it, and then add it to the base to increase the amount of oxygen that I can have about. But anyway, I guess what we mainly need to do is just get this next refinery going. Get a lot of people pointed out that the batteries were empty, and that's the clear problem. I guess it's more that the batteries have no... nothing should be relying on the batteries. They're just a note if everything else isn't working fine. So, two people did point out that I've got to reverse the liquid sensor in the new setup. Let's find where that liquid sensor is. Which thing is the liquid sensor? It's not the NOT gate, the liquid filter. Filter output polluted water. So it's let me have a look at the... So it's filtering out the polluted water to go in there. So that one should be right, because it's just sending back any polluted water. It doesn't want to send that down to thing. It's more this one. This guy. He's filtering out the water. No, we want him filtering out the polluted water. There we go. So that should now correct it. Because this guy's only been getting polluted water coming through him. Not what we want. It means that he's been doing absolutely nothing to help with getting less polluted water in the system. Because he's just been sending clean water through. Alright. So, back down here to our other urgent thing of getting this guy up and running. So the next thing that we want to do is, I guess we're just making this guy match the same way. That's what we've got here. So we'll copy that and we'll put that ladder there. We can say deconstruct our piece of ladder. Then what we want to do is get gas pump's going to be the next thing that we want in that setup so that we can clean out all the carbon dioxide in there so it just becomes a natural gas room that we can use to send to those guys. They make them a little bit more sturdy running. So again, they're idle because this guy's currently dormant. We will wait 24 more days before he's back in business. So it's too hot for them. Yes. Body temperature 30. What's their max out? I guess that guy's fine. He's 29. So is it what, just as they hit 30? This guy even going full speed, and this guy down here is still extremely hot over here. Where's that coming from? So it's 40 degrees down here. Not quite sure what's making this little corridor so hot. Shouldn't... I mean, that side's 50, so I guess maybe it is just coming through from See these guys, and the amount of pure oxygen in here, I hope we don't have anything explode. That's where, so much pure oxygen. Alright, so we're up to 600, so we're definitely getting there. For this, if we have a look at our star map, you can see that he's currently not in range of anything. His max range is now just shy of this guy, because it's 10,000 away. So he's getting close. But we can soon have a... So we can probably get Meep to go sort of back to his shuttle life. We'll dig out all of that. Because we'll soon send him again. I don't want to get rid of that just because I keep seeing it and thinking that there's something wrong. And there's not. It's just that there's genuinely nothing it's getting used for. See, we're still dropping in and out of power. Get our gas pump copied and put in place. Now, because we've got that oxygen coming straight past him, let's have a look. He only needs to connect to this pipe here. But we also need room for a filter. So we could put him there. And then put the filter next to him. There. What I'd like to do is get all the pressure out of this room down here. Because you can see that's only 8 kilos of pressure in that southern bit. So we may as well use that. He's already attached to that cable. Life easy. Jump back to the ventilation. Get him to go straight down. Gas bridge, make sure it's facing the right way. And then put a high pressure vent there, I guess. We won't worry about attaching him to that yet, because we just basically want him to clean up everything. I guess one of the problems is that this is a guy that actually needs someone running him. And that'll be a problem for this side too, that we do actually need someone on task doing the work. If we don't, then we're not getting like generation coming from him. Or is it coming from the petroleum? So he's just refining the oil, right? It's the petroleum generator that's actually generating the... Is that right? Right, so actually getting more power doesn't necessarily need a second one of these. It just needs a second one of those. Potentially I can make 2 of them. I guess one thing to be aware of, though, is just how much liquid that's generating. So let's have a look at a position. That's our heavy watt wire there. So if we just build a room... We've got all that liquid down this way anyway. Got that cable all the way up here too, but I guess the main thing is that we don't want to have this tube go too far. So let's build... How high is he? 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's 4 high. We'll put him just underneath this section here. Copy that and go across there. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 3 wide, so it's 1, 2, 3. The second one next to him would be 1, 2, 3. So either way, we sort of need to expand that across. So let's go like that. Then copy that straight up there. Deconstruct those ones. And take a airflow tile. And them along the bottom. What I might do is just start shifting some of these back. Just to, so I can't just upgrade them. Alright, well, let's deconstruct. Oh, because it's a deconstruct, reconstruct process, we'll definitely take it a little bit more easy going. Now, I kind of feel like as soon as this guy's available to go, we should let him go. But we also want to stop. Has he got enough yet? Now he does. Alright, so what we want to do then is we want to go down to our gas valve and just tell him limit 0. So he stops sending. And that should steadily, well, that should basically, it's going to have its steam stopped there. Last of that's going to work its way out just there as it sort of chips through. And we can send Meep stars. Okay, so we'll copy that and we'll go one there. Can't flip him. One there. Now underneath this guy, deconstruct the, sorry, dig out that one square there so they can move underneath it. I don't know if I suppose because this is completely full. I feel like what I should do is almost dig this whole thing out just to make this a huge sort of catchment tank that can sit at the bottom here. It's just that it would put the water very low. I mean, even this water I don't have any use for, but I mean, I may as well try and catch it in a huge area, right? So let's put a big old dig project on down here. Let's see. I mean, if I got them all the way down to here, we don't want the liquid to be able to just sort of like run free. We actually do need it as a catchment. So get that ladder to there. That's sort of straight down. Big cancel. Big. And then on this side, similar thing. Steadily work out down. That. We'll copy him so that we get that ladder to go all the way to the bottom. And then we'll wait and see what sort of, how they get themselves trapped. We feel like is going to come. He's made from gold. I feel like it's a bad idea. Let's cancel the two of them. And we'll go for iron ore. I feel like once I run out of iron ore, I'm going to be in real trouble. There should be more to this dig as well. Like, this shouldn't all be expected to just sort of like roll down that hill. feel like what I should do too is go dig, read the space that the gap that they cover, which is those 7 tiles. Just drop those 3 straight down. We'll build that as like a ladder across. Just curious to see if someone gets themselves into that hole and gets stuck, so... That doesn't even really go anywhere because once you hit that point, so let's do that. Pipe is blocked. It's an unreachable build. Oh, of course, because we've got these two. It's a weird little pile of sand sitting there. Okay, so if we check the ventilation pipe, up and up and up and up and up and up, we can see there's currently nothing in there. Launch path is blocked, so we need to just dig out those guys there. We can say star map, this guy, launch mission, launch rocket. So, I have to remember how to do this again. What's going to where on these? So with this automation, that's our signal to the rocket. Although, is that now not connecting? I moved the rocket up one or something and not notice. Oh, cool. Cracked the gantry too. Oh, not at a good time to be up there. So we've got to wait and see. This puts us off even worse than we were. So, I guess while we wait for that. Right, so body temperature. So we are now getting too hot in our base. Now losing sections of the... Now what is causing this heat to suddenly go up? Great, so these two guys are now connected. So before we do anything else, absolutely the next thing that we want to do is get these guys connected. Luckily, this is a very easy connection for these guys. With our setup, we can just go there and we'll get that guy to go there. So two of them can get their power. Now, the other things that they need, if we just have a look at this guy here, doesn't need gas, he just needs liquid, doesn't he? Right, so it is just that we take this pipe on, get a liquid bridge that direction, and then we build along there. I'm going to build this a little bit longer. It's, I'm going to build down just because this is in the way. Maybe what we'll do is we'll go... It's because I don't want to sort of have it that... Oh, no, it doesn't matter because there's only 2 of them. Don't worry. We're all good. Okay, so if we go bridge... I was going to say that I didn't like it because it meant that if I went like this line, it would mean that they sort of have to go past one to the other, but they don't. It's completely fine. Okay, and so as they go... They've got plenty of like catchment area here as well for their liquid. Part of this says that I should really like just set that up to allow this guy to get down to that same just reservoir down the bottom here. So that's currently unreachable. So we'll just copy a line over there. Actually, that doesn't make sense. Let's cancel that. If I'm going to do that, we should go... We know that they can reach a little bit higher than where they are. So we do that I'll let them that as well. Alright, back to check on how our meteors doing. They're done, so we can ask that to... Oh no, the meteors are still going. Or direct hit. There's really nothing we can do but wait for that. So while that's going on as well, let's remove our next high pressure vent. This sort of, because these two guys are now up and running, we're okay to do that. But what we're now got to be careful of is that this will only have, like, at least we've got this reservoir here. So as this guy's pumping, he's actually filling that. So that's got to empty in order for this to sort of run out of available stuff. Who's made a mess? Unsurprisingly, we've got someone stuck down here. So I mean, Ellie, all you've got to do is dig. Let's cancel this build and just say, dig that. If you dig that, you'll solve your problem. Up you get, Ellie. There you go. A3. That's funny that it's actually running out the door. So let's, it's actually filling into that. So let's copy that all the way across there. Let's continue this run all the way that way. And then we'll dig diagonal, 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 all the way down there. Get rid of all of that. And that will also mean that we can get this guy to be set up the same way. I mean, the flooding on this side doesn't matter too much. Get rid of a tiny little bit of it, but going either way. In fact, what we can do is we can just build that wall up. Yeah. Giant pool. Now this guy's currently not running. Have I made a mistake in something I've changed with him? So something to do with his pressure sensors is wrong. Are they facing the wrong way? Work this out. So he's currently active, which means that this guy is currently, what, open? But this is just sort of blocked because that's disabled. But the water's too hot anyway, so it shouldn't be going that way. So let's think about this from what this guy's got. So when he's red, that's open. Just what this setup is. She's got it. This setup has got it that so he's saying when. So that's showing us the opposite of what we currently got here. So that's fine, because that's one saying that one's open, this one's closed. But why is this one not actually pushing water? Current setup. What's the temperature of the water in there at the moment? 10 kilos of water to 30, so it shouldn't even be active. It should be closed. Alright, what if I get rid of that? Let's see if we can solve this one. Alright, our electricity seems a lot happier now. Which does also mean that we can try and more quickly get rid of all our old vents. There's no danger with oxygen levels here because so much oxygen that we kind of need them to suck it out. Construct, deconstruct. So I got to keep on top of it. I shouldn't do too many at once because I'll genuinely forget where they were. Deconstruct that one. Take the hatchlings, I guess. Yeah. I think that's the very last one. Do you see any other high pressure ones that I haven't grabbed there? Feel free to mention them. Well, they require copper, do they? Let's cancel that build. Is that what I made these ones out of? Dead poof. Those three. Let's just see if we can get the water to sort of just drip out steadily out of that room. Okay. Meteor shower is still ongoing. So can I retract the gantry? Ooh, fancy. As soon as I think it's safe to start digging out again, we start getting nice big hits. People's lives at risk here. That planet moving across the sky up there. Missing gantry, unreachable storage. So it's not happy that I've retracted the gantry. We just get impatient and it's a signal to launch, isn't it? So wait, so I want that. I want that off. Moment, because we don't want to launch this jet. As meteors are hitting it. Oh, the meteor shower has actually stopped. Timed it to perfection. Make rocket go now. Into the darkness. Broke something. It broke the gantry. Surprisingly. Whoa. What is going on there? Oh, it's just the steam from the turbine. Alright, so this guy still doesn't do anything, but that's because we've... Alright, so I think the water, if I go... if I went liquid bridge here... I said liquid bridge. And deconstructed that wire there. That plumbing, rather. Put that there. And then disable, deconstructed that one. What that should do is then push... But I mean, that's now going to 50% push things through there anyway. It does it regardless of whether it's the right temperature or not. Hang on, we're still wrong. I think it's just... I think it's that liquid shutoff has to be beyond... just going to let it go just to... I mean, any water in there, it's going to be fine at the moment. It's 16 degrees. Let's get some water in there. But let's also say that I'm making that out of iron. This is an emergency to get this built. And I mean, more it's an emergency to get that pipe removed. Okay. So then it is that the automation wire is in there. And basically the idea then is that the liquid shutoff's job is to sort of stop all of it going through. Like if there's a certain point where it's allowing stuff through, then great, it'll pass. If it doesn't, it'll stop here, but it won't sort of then fall back down through the tubing. So let's see how this works. Needs power. And let's that with massive priority. Alright, so he's pushing water. And this is all green, but that's because I've actually set a symbol for it. So, sorry, this guy is 23. Send green signal if below 23. 24. Do 23.5. We'll stick to that. 3.5. See, even though there's now like these few blocks to there, which means that there is some sort of like 30-degree water sitting in this pipe, it's completely fine because it just means that those two 30s will be there until this gets a green light, and when it does, it'll push those through, and then the ones that are acceptable will sit in behind it. So they should really be the only two. It's just an initial teething problem that guy should experience. Should. See how we go. This is crazy. There's an air vent. Is this standing on the wrong thing? It's not an air vent, it's a mesh one that they want, isn't it? Wonder about that. But I just followed what I'd previously done. So let's not do that with steel. Cancel that request. I'd never noticed with this guy that wasn't pushing through. Luckily, all of this still rolls down to the same one spot anyway. So let's go mesh, iron, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That iron ore we've got in there too. That lovely waterfall splash that we had there as that hit. Alright. So let's get more ladder action here. Drop them down to about there. Just like that. Those. I'll just eagerly check to see if our rocket has returned yet. Not yet. Let's crack the gantry. And I think that is us for now. So, big issue to address is some of this heat inside the base. All of our vents should now be back to sort of the smaller ones, which means that this thing is going to be like idle, at least for a little while. And we're going to be relying heavily on our petroleum generators. But hopefully this guy's also going to kick in, and so our steam turbine will also come to life soon as well. Yeah, any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And any advice or things that you've noticed, feel free to mention. And until next time, catch you later. See ya.